Hey there friends, Stephen Potaski here, CEO and the founder of the Luxus Group, and thank you for joining me. Honestly, I wasn't going to shoot a video today. I'm actually in Las Vegas, down here for work for a very quick 36-hour trip, but after a great day touring real estate and checking out more of the city, just felt compelled to hook up in my room here and give you guys a rundown on what's going on here in Las Vegas. Now, before we get started, if you're new to the show, thank you for being here. It means a great deal to me. If you want to know why we're doing this, please go to the first episode. It gives you all the details about me, the Luxus Group, my family, and the types of things we do. And ultimately, what we are trying to accomplish is giving you tools and information so you can make informed decisions about buying and selling vacation properties around the world. For today's show, it's a destination spotlight, which is always a treat because you get to talk about the specifics of a certain city or region or community that gives you direct intel about that particular area. Today, I'm actually in a property we own here in Vdara Condo Hotel. It's a property we own through one of our investment funds, and you get the view behind me. There's a sunset going on over the mountains, got the Bellagio behind me, so hopefully a bit of a nice backdrop here as I bang out this video for you, giving you some intel on this amazing market of real estate. Now, I'm sure you've been to Vegas before. Almost everyone has. It's a very special place, and when people come here, they usually come here for the restaurants, the shows, the gambling, the nightlife, the touring, and all are attributes about what the city was built on and what makes it so special. However, Vegas over the last 10 years is far beyond just the gambling and the experience of the nightlife. It is a major metropolitan city in America, absolutely incredible real estate here, communities, things to do. They have an NHL team, they have an NFL team, I'm sure an NBA team is going to be coming here soon, amazing university, and lots of different living options here. People used to come here to visit, and for vacation, people are coming here to live. It's got a very, very good tax environment here, 0% tax, one of the few states that actually have that. And you have a lower cost of living than many other places, such as California, that are also offer, a lot of these great things that these metropolitan cities can offer. But specifically on the real estate, there's two components I like to look at Las Vegas at. There's on-strip and off-strip. We're going to cover both aspects today in a short abbreviated version. There's just too much to cover in one show, so I'll give you the high level on both so you can start to think about what owning real estate in Las Vegas could look like. Now, before we dive into the real estate, I am in Las Vegas. I've got this very short window of about 30 minutes to shoot this. I did bring up a cocktail because it is that time and we've got clients that are waiting downstairs. So this is the prop for today's show, an old fashioned. So if you see me enjoying that, that's what it's all about. Let's kick it off with on-strip. I'm on the strip right now. Everyone knows what that means. That's where all the hotels are and the casinos and all the action of Las Vegas. However, what people don't necessarily know is there's a really unique real estate play going on here over the past 10 years. It used to be staying on strip as purely at a hotel, but now there's lots of different opportunities here to live, work, and play. I'm going to use one specific example because it covers a wide range of real estate opportunities in one spot, and that's City Center. There's actually 4 unique plays here. The first is you got Aria Hotel. Amazing hotel. We're not going to talk about hotels today, but it is remarkable, one of my favorite. Then you have Vdara Condo Hotel, which I'm in today. So what is a condo hotel? Well, it's something that was made popular in certain markets such as New York, Las Vegas has some, and other transient markets where people are looking for a place where they can live part-time and enjoy, but that has all of the hotel amenities that come along with being a part of a hotel. So this particular one, it is 1,500 rooms, but they're all condo hotels. So there's not a hotel component or specifically residential or condo. We're going to get to that. But this is where people can have a chance to put these particular properties into the major rental pool, and they will rent them out to the general public, and they take care of all the maintenance. Of course, they take a cut for managing it and a cut for the revenue, but they do a great job of keeping your asset maintained, well looked after, and ready and available when you want to come here to visit. Condo hotels are a great option for people that are looking for that transient lifestyle. They want to come and go and are looking for a revenue component to help offset costs or potentially actually make some profit, depending upon, of course, where that condo hotel resides. Now, switching gears from condo hotel where I am today, we're going to go right across the street to the Waldorf Astoria. It's going to look at a hotel residential play. Originally was the Mandarin Oriental, now the Waldorf Astoria is an amazing, iconic building. It's absolutely stunning. Half the building is actually a designated hotel with its own guest lobby, its own amenities, and own specific areas for hotel guests. Now the other half though is actually designated residential. So people own their properties as a traditional luxury tower that you would see in New York or any downtown metropolitan center. What that offers is something really unique, as it has its own owner's lobby, its own particular check-in, but it does offer some symbiotic relationship with the hotel, such as restaurant and other amenities that the residential owners get to access on whatever basis is set up by that particular program. These types of mixed-use buildings are becoming more and more common. You'll see a combination sometimes of commercial and residential, hotel and commercial, hotel and residential, like the Waldorf Astoria, and have all sorts of unique elements where they bring together different classes of real estate to work together so you can build a better amenity that has these unique symbiotic fashions to really enjoy the experience overall as residents or tenants of the building. And finally, Veer Towers. They are really neat buildings. They're actually built on an angle, unbelievable engineering that went into this, and they're specifically residential buildings. There's no hotel play, there's no additional amenities, there's no casino connected to it. You can of course walk to Aria Casino 100 yards away, so it's very, very close, but you would buy there specifically to live or live part-time, but are not looking for the transient flair that come with condo hotels and of course the hotel component. Residential towers are obviously very common in all major downtown markets. They are not, however, very common on the Las Vegas Strip. There are really only a couple. There's Veer Towers in the middle, and if you go to the North Strip, there's a number of towers, and a little bit on the south side here and kind of behind me. So if you're looking for a residential play without that casino element, without that transient nature lifestyle, then there aren't a whole lot of options specifically here, but there are lots of options off strip, which we'll come to next. Outside of city center, as I mentioned, there's not a lot of different real estate plays specifically in the heart of the action. There are a few. MGM has some towers. There's the Trump Tower, Turnberry Towers in the North Strip. Those all have their own unique plays. I can't get into all the details in all of them, but I hope the city center example gave you an idea of what's available here when you mix up the three components of real estate here, which is the condo hotels, the residential hotel combinations, and then the pure residential play. Okay, let's switch gears from the strip to off strip. Vegas has a population of, I believe, approaching 2.5 million. Now, Vegas isn't the entire city. A lot of people get confused by that. There's 5 primary cities that ultimately make up the greater Las Vegas area. So the population of Las Vegas, I believe, is only around 600 to 700,000. Greater Las Vegas, 2.5 million. Within the greater region, you have these various cities, and they all have their own unique laws. The one thing that's common, though, is you do not see a lot of high-rise development because they have some vista preservation laws to prevent these towers that pop up in the middle of the valley. So where you're going to see towers is the Strip, downtown Las Vegas, and a little bit on the peripheral, like kind of the outside of the mountains of the communities. Aside from that, that entire bowl, that entire valley is made up of basically low density to medium density residential properties. Now, what's super important to know, very, very important to know, is because of the hotel lobby here in Las Vegas, who are very passionate, and understandably so, to keeping all of the transient use, all the hotel and vacationers on Strip, they have actively prevented short-term vacation rentals. Now, on a previous episode, I cover these STVRs, or short-term vacation rentals, and what it's all about. So go back and check that out because it's a good show, and you'll see it pop up here on the channel. For the purposes of Las Vegas, though, it's very difficult to go and just rent a home for a weekend and then drive to the Strip and enjoy, the nightlife and all the things it has to offer. Again, because the cities have all essentially aligned themselves to prevent that from happening, so that residential communities don't turn into effectively Airbnb communities. So that's why you'll see, if you're trying to book a Vegas home for rent, you have to go way to the peripheral in some of the areas where it's very, very limited and very uncommon to see those types of offerings available in the market. Why is that important for you? Because quite often we talk about the idea of buying residential property and renting it out for revenue to create income. Well, in the case of Las Vegas, you wouldn't be doing that on a short-term basis. I say short-term as in 30 days or less. You can buy a house and rent it out for 30 days or more, or for longer-term rentals, but the short-term ban of vacation rentals will prevent you from creating that income in a legal way by doing that, by buying an asset. Now, with that, I would encourage you to do all your research if you're considering buying a home in Las Vegas for the purposes of short-term rentals. And very likely, you're going to find out that in almost all cases, it's going to bring you back to the Strip, where the real estate exists here mostly for the purposes of providing that short-term rental behavior, and thereby the ability to create revenue, such as the building I'm in today, off of your asset. Now, in the surrounding communities of Las Vegas, you have a wide range of options. Now, when I mention that, that's within the residential scope, so lower to medium density residential plays. So condos, townhomes, luxury homes, private estates, gated communities, golf course communities, lots of different options to pursue, and it's just too wide of scope. You also have Lake Las Vegas, which was originally developed as a resort area. There is some really, really special places to look at here, and it really comes down to what is your particular motivator. Are you buying real estate here to live or to live part-time because you're making a move with your family, or you're pursuing Nevada as a lower tax jurisdiction? Or are you doing it purely for the context of having a home in Las Vegas so you can come and go as you please, call it like a winter vacation home? Lots of different motivators to think about, so think about what's important to you, and based on that, you can look at the various options that are available to help make the right fit. Now, in regards to the right fit, that's what we do. We help connect people, our clients, with brokers in specific markets so they can help find the ideal home for themselves. For example, we just referred a client into an amazing community out here that's an amazing golf course community, and because they were specifically looking for a legacy. They were looking for a place where they could invest in capital, so it's capital preservation. They're not looking to rent it out at all, and it's a place that they'd like to keep in their family for hopefully the next generation. So they bought ahead, and it's a really large estate, and it's an absolutely wonderful place. They may sell it at some point before that, but that's their intent and their motivation. So you want to find real estate that matches up with that motivation to ensure it's a fit and goals are achieved specifically as it relates to your investment and your lifestyle intent. A special piece of real estate that exists, it's in Henderson. I won't get into it today, but it's a development that we're doing here in the area and starting on. It's going to be a pretty special place. So cover that in a future episode when it gets a little further along, but it's one of the reasons why I am here this weekend is pursuing a development here, because we believe so wholeheartedly in the real estate down here that we want to invest into it. Now, if you're looking to buy here and you're looking to invest, you're looking to move homes or change your address, like many other cities, this place is very, very busy. Prices are very, very high, comparatively speaking to where they were a year or two ago. However, prices being high is relative to where they were, where they are today, and where they're going to be. Personally, that's my personal opinion, so please don't take this as gospel, but I believe Vegas has some additional upward momentum and trajectory simply because of the low tax nature. It's a great city to live in. It's, as I mentioned, way more than the Strip. I have friends that live here in Las Vegas and they never go to the Strip because there's so much to do off Strip now. Because it's playing now and competing against other big cities, in particular big cities in neighboring state of California, I believe Vegas does have some room to catch up to get to those prices that we're starting to see in these other markets. As a result, if you're thinking about Vegas, I would consider doing your due diligence, doing your research, come and stay down here, check out the communities, meet up with the broker who knows their specific areas so that they can give you good, honest intel to make sure that you and your family make the right decision for you. Now, I've hit about the brokers a couple times. I'm going to hit it one more time. In particular, in a market like this, while a licensed real estate agent is ability to sell anywhere here in this area, I would suggest that when you pick an agent, you pick someone who specializes in that particular area. So on-strip residential, off-strip low density, surrounding areas estates, private club communities. There's lots of different components to the real estate market, and with a population of 2.5 million, you cannot be an expert in every single piece of real estate. As a result, you want to find an agent who is the expert in that particular area, someplace they've done lots of deals, they have good, on boots on the ground intel, because that's how you'll find a property that suits you and create a greater likelihood of identifying the perfect asset that is best for your family. I know we're running out of time here and the night is falling in behind. I just tried to give this a one-hit wonder to give you some intel. The light is terrible in this room, so I do apologize, but I hope that gave you a pretty good understanding and update on Las Vegas real estate. I believe it has a strong upward momentum and strong trajectory yet to come. So I think there's still lots of room here within this particular market for investment, whether you're looking just to buy for yourself or buy potentially for long-term investment purposes. It's a great city. It's a world-class city. It's coming into its own. And as mentioned, it's more than just the Strip. So if I got anything across today, that's the most important thing I wanted to share. Thank you for being here. If you like what you saw, share it. Subscribe, that would mean the world to me. We're trying to get the word out, trying to get this information out to people who are in this market looking to buy and sell. And in the meantime, I'll finish off this drink, gonna go down to the casino floor, and I'm back on a plane tomorrow morning back to Canada. So in the meantime, thank you very much for being here, and we'll catch you on the next episode.